successful series here in Montenegro. This is event number 4. It's a $1 million Hong Kong buy-in event. $1 million Hong Kong dollars, to put it in perspective, is about 127,000 US dollars. But don't think if you just have 127,000 US dollars, that's enough. A lot of these guys are in for several bullets already in this tournament. Jason Kuhn back on the feature table after being moved away from the feature table for a while. I like the way that Kuhn was playing this game. He was calling a lot pre-flop and then betting small on a lot of flops. And the reason why I think that's good is because you're getting such a good price to call pre-flop with the blind and ante structure of this game. And equities run so close that it makes sense to enter a bunch of pots. And then the reason I like betting small pre-flop is because if you get any random hands to fold, it's just generally going to be a good bet. So as we can see, Jason Kuhn with about 1.7 million in chips. He's a chip leader here. Behind him, though, with a big stack is Peter Jetton. Rahimov, who we saw final table the opening event, the 250,000 Hong Kong dollar short deck event, is the short stack at this table.
Yeah, that was actually insane. Okay. Yeah.
So just to let you guys know, there's been a lot of inquiries about cash games, whether or not more cash games will be streamed. There will not be any more streamed cash games in the next couple days as part of the Triton series. But these games will run, they'll be recorded, and then they're actually going to be released later, to be watched later.
Yeah, I don't imagine I don't know the release date of the video. They could be like soon, or it could be a little bit later. I'm not too sure. The good news is that they will be playing high stakes. They will probably play both short deck and long deck, so we can kind of see both of it. And they're going to want to release it to you guys, so that's what we've been told recently. That could change. I mean, it could be streamed. It wasn't planned to be streamed, the one we did the other day. So that's just the current news on that.
So Rahimov calls here with the Queen 10 of diamonds. Call over to Foy on the button. Good spot for him to raise up and try to steal here. He has a weird stack to do it, though. I think I would still like it. Here he goes, Paul Foy raising it up, making it 60,000.
So Paul, very aggressive player on the dealer button. Rocky Mob calls with Queen 10 suited. Jetton's gonna fold his King 10 offsuit. Kuhn's gonna muck to A7. So Rakimov actually has a 34% chance to win this pot. Or equity-wise. Flops the straight. Paul Fall's got just a pair of jacks.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see Fwa bluffing at this pot.
So
Oh, he does check.
Checks it back wisely. Turn is a 6. Is this the final level for today? So far I've heard that the most re-entries in this tournament so far by a single player is 4.
Is that Ivy?
It's not Ivy, so that rumor was wrong. Check again on the turn. Rakimov was really trying to induce some action. He's just got to bet now, or is he really going to check a third time? He probably puts Paul Frall on like ace queen or king queen usually. I guess against if you put your opponent on king queen, you should be betting out. Pretty big like pot. So Rakimov reaching for a lot of chips. Is that all of them? That is all of them. 250,000. It's an overbet. There's only about 140,000 in the middle right now. Paul just a pair of jacks with his kings on the board. Only beats a stone cold bluff. A hand like 10-9, 8-9. It is very weird to Paul that Rakimov has decided to overbet shove after the action.
Suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious.
King queen. No, A. AK is queen. Ah, bit knighted.
Paul Frall has a good grasp of the game and where he's at. He is suspicious, but he's behind right now. He's clearly a thinking player. So he's saying hands he beats is 9-10. Seems like a tough spot.
6-6. Ace queen. Cannot be. I have king.
I think Paul just said that he's perceived to have a king a decent amount. King queen would make a lot of sense given the action.
Paul very deep in the tank here. He doesn't want to let it go. Finally does.
So suspicious.
Rakimov takes it down.
You cannot have ace king.
All right, Randy, it's that time. Who do you pick to win this one?
I have to pick someone in a short deck event. Well, I can technically pick anyone and have a good chance of being correct.
I have a check.
Man. So I got to choose someone at this table?
You don't have to choose somebody at the table, just somebody in the field.
We'll see. Phil Ivy's already won a tournament, so his likelihood of winning another tournament seems quite low.
30 minutes later.
Who can I pick? You got someone in mind?
Well, I did like the way that Kuhn was playing, but I'm not going to pick him just because he has such a big stack already. That would be kind of a cheap pick.
I want to pick Tom Dwan, but I don't think he's in the tournament yet.
I don't think he is either. You can pick somebody who's going. You know Tom's going to enter this
Yeah,
tournament.
I want to pick Tom Dwan because I feel like he needs to win a tournament. He doesn't
Has
play.
Tom Dwan ever won a tournament?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go check that out. I'm quite curious.
I know he got heads up for a bracelet at one point, and he had a big bracelet bet against who?
I don't know who was against, but
Billy Baxter?
I do know the result. He did not win that bet.
Or Bobby Baldwin.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. And he was heads up with a chip lead, and he ended up losing the heads up match.
All right, so let's see. I don't think this counts. He got first in a Premier League, so that couldn't count, right? No, I pass him. That doesn't count.
Does it count towards GPI?
Probably not because it's exclusive, I think. So he won, and there's like 12 heats in these Premier League, so it seems a little ridiculous. You could play like a 6-man sit and go. All right, let's see. He's won a bunch of these heats. I don't know. No, I don't think this would count too. It's a $50,000 poker after dark week 4. I think it's like a sit and go.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
The sit and go doesn't count. So Tom
still looking for that first MTT win, huh?
Doesn't have a first. He does have a second.
I wonder if he ever had one on full tilt.
I don't know. I'm choosing Tom Dwan. Even if he doesn't enter the tournament, I pick him.
Randy thinks Tom Dwan is due.
So today we're just playing one more level of this tournament, and we're gonna end the stream. From what I've been told, there is a random off chance there's more to come after, but I'm thinking it's a little bit less likely. Paw Fwad, pocket tens, bets 100,000. This pot is huge. There's 190,000 in the middle already. Rocky Mob with King Queen is actually drawing very slim. He makes a good fold, top pair. And Paul's going to take it down.
You know what? I'm going to take Jungle Man, Daniel Jungle Man Cates. I don't think he's entered the tournament yet either, but he for sure is going to enter it. And I think he wants revenge. In event number 1, he took second place to Phil Ivey. Jungle Man really prides himself in his short deck ability.
I'm at 7 max.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I think so.
But he might get second again.
Yeah, I think it's
Second to Durr.
Second to
just
Durr.
having a lot of seats in case people wanna
That would be a
join in.
popular heads-up match.
So 10-9 offsuit under the gun. Going to call. Rocky Mob with Queen 9 offsuit. Is that slightly loose? I'm not too sure. Seems a little bit loose.
I mean, he's getting a really good price here.
You're always getting a good price in this game. Now, Peter Jetton with 8-7 diamonds is going to check it back. So 3 kind of interesting looking hands, but only Jason Kuhn has improved. He's going to bet out and try and take down the pot. So for the chip denominations, the reds are 1,000, the yellows are 5,000, and the blues are 25,000. So if you're wondering about the stacks, one stack of red is 20,000, one stack of yellow is 100,000, and one stack of blue is 500,000. Now
What I'll do if I go there,
there's also a yellow ticket
don't know that.
that says bullet on it. and each of those represent 100,000 chips. If you bust, you can rebuy for one of those bullets for 100,000 chips.
I think I'd like
And you don't have to put any more money into the entry fee.
Anywhere in Korea, but
You get 3 bullets per entry. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter. I'm Nanonoko. What's your Twitter? Kane Callis?
At Kane Callis.
Just one word?
Kane Callis, one word.
Both are K's in case you don't know how to spell, guys. And then, of course, Triton Poker. Hashtag Triton SHR. Let us know if you guys are enjoying the stream. I think it's been great quality, great content. Shanghai Wong is back. I love to see this guy play.
You know what? That might be a good dark horse pick.
I want to pick Shanghai Wong. Can I change my dirt pick to Shanghai Wong?
Dur hasn't even entered, so I'll let you change.
I want Shanghai Wong.
All right, Shanghai Wong's your guy. I got Jungle Man.
Yeah, you can have Jungle Man.
Yeah, Dur was, you were drawing dead with Dur, with Dur anyway. No way Dur's winning an MTT.
I like Shanghai Wong. He's not even going to need to re-enter. It's that good.
Shanghai Wong back at the feature table here. Here we have Jason Kuhn, who just called in early position with pocket aces. He was going for the old limp re-raise.
Yeah, actually, it kind of seems like we haven't seen as much splashing as we did in the 250K. I felt like everyone's getting all in every single hand.
Yeah, it could be because it's a higher buy-in. Players are playing a little bit more conservatively. I still do like Kuhn's limp with aces in early position. We saw this a lot from Sass in the 250K, just limping strong hands in early position. And the reason I like it is the way that the game is playing. There's hardly ever any 3-bet bluffing, I feel like, in this tournament. And generally, you'd want to raise a strong hand like pocket aces if it's possible that there's going to be significant action behind you, reopening the action so that you could re-raise, because
All right, but that just never happens.
it just
Everyone
happens so rarely, and people just flat. And for that reason, I think you want to give yourself a chance to have somebody behind you raise, and then you come back over the top.
I like that a lot. Like, you're just so much more likely to get a lot of chips in pre-flop by limp raising. I don't remember the last time I've seen someone 3-bet without going all in this game today. I don't think I've seen it. And we haven't seen pocket aces versus pocket kings. Now, if you're wondering, I'm pretty sure you get dealt pocket aces twice as often as no limit hold'em. So if you like getting dealt pocket aces, this game might be for you. Shanghai Wong's gonna raise the 10-9 offsuit. Paul Fua, King Jack suited.
And the only problem, Randy, is a lot of the guys I know who say they like getting dealt pocket aces also don't like having them cracked.
You will get them cracked so much in this game. See, I didn't tell him that little disclaimer.
Yeah, if you're the kind of guy who likes cracking pocket aces with like a 9-10 offsuit, this is your game.
10-9's gonna win. Shanghai Wong had the worst hand, stacking the chips.
think this is a gambler's game. This isn't a game for nits.
Yeah, the reason that's actually very true is because the antes are so large that if you're just kind of waiting for aces, kings, and ace king plus and queens, you're gonna get blinded out pretty easily in this game, and then you're not that far ahead of your opponents when you get it in, so you're gonna get eliminated a bit more. So Jason Kuhn is a table chip leader with 1.8 million chips. Shanghai Wang from China, he's in second, 1.3 million chips. Furcat Rakimov, he's the short stack, 295,000 right now. We also got Peter Jetten and Paul Fwa at this table.
We got 5 players representing 5 different countries.
Yeah, I like it. 3 more levels of registration. Did that say 69 entries? Or did I read it wrong? 49 entries?
49. Yeah, I feel like this game is if you really like gambling, you want to play this game. People used to say pot limit Omaha. No, this is the new pot limit Omaha. And even pot limit Omaha, it's a little more gambling in cash games, but actually, in my opinion, pot limit Omaha tournaments are some of the nittiest. If you want to be a nit, just enter a pot limit Omaha tournament.
I've never played a pot limit Omaha tournament except the one time I accidentally registered for it when I was starting out, and it was like $50, and it was a lot of my roll, and that was a bad day.
You did the misclick enter the wrong game, huh?
The main point is that there's no antes, and that's why it's nitty. So you can fold down to like one big blind.
What is the most costly misclick you ever made in your online career?
I made a misclick with Jack 5 high. I don't know if you know about this. And the guy was like typing all this big long dialogue to me, like, what do you have? I've got ace queen top pair, you got a set. And he called, it was like a queen high board at Jack 5.
What stakes was this?
This was 2-4, so it was like $400 on the line. I tried to raise his lead. You know how the leads are weak? And then I hit runner flush, and he just basically said all these racial slurs and everything to me. And I just said, hello, sir. So it's a profitable.
Funny.
Yeah, it's a winning misclick for me.
The one time I was playing 8 game, and I at the time did not know how to play 8 game. But there was a player who was playing No Limit Hold'em exceptionally poorly with me, who jumped into 8 game, and I'm just like, I just have to be at this table. So I go to the table, and we're playing 7 card stud high, and I just have I got a nutted board. I have trips on my board, and my opponent just has 4, 5, 7, I think, or 4, 5, 8.
Hold that thought for 1 second. I just want to point out on this pot, Kuhn raised the turn when there was like a bet and a call. Paul Fwa calls with his straight, and then Kuhn just rivered the nuts.
Yeah, huge pot here. I like this play by Kuhn. One of the best hands you want to semi-bluff with on the turn is if you have the nut flush draw, and even then if you miss, you could represent having a flush on the turn.
So a pot-sized bet. He's hoping Paul Fwa has a flush as well, like a Jack of Hearts, right? Or 8 of Hearts with it straight, something like that. Like a made. Yeah, Jack 8 would make, but with offsuit, so he's in a hijack. Seems a little unlikely, huh? So if you use a little bit of logic. Okay, continue with your story.
Nice hand by Kuhn. Yeah, so we're playing stud high. I think I have trip jacks on my board, and my opponent has 4, 5, 8. And we're just raising back and forth, and I'm like, I guess it's possible he has, 6, 7.
Yeah.
But we're just raising, and we're putting in maximum bets basically on every street. We get to the river, and I realize the stakes were 25-50 was a big bet, so it was a pretty big game. I think
it's a pretty big game.
100, 200.
Sure.
100, 200 mix. We get to the river, 12K pot, 13K pot. It turns out we're playing Raz.
You're playing Raz.
The game was Raz, and I was just
Yeah, so everyone...
Infinitely betting with trips.
So the wait list was getting bigger and bigger as you kept on raising.
Man, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
bad.
I'm surprised I missed out on that game. Yeah, that's a bad misclick. All right, so Rocky Mauve shoving with Jack 9 suited right now. 265,000. Jetting with Ace King. I think he should just reshove all in here. You want to kick out your opponents given that the equities run so close. You actually want to only get a heads up. So 2 players are going to fold in. Rocky Mauve. It's got Jack 9. It's got to be pretty close equities.
Yeah, Jack 9 a slight dog here.
Go.
45-55 pre-flop.
Yeah, but still pretty good. It's like getting Ace King against Queens. Wow, he turned a lot of outs. 7 or a Queen. It's not always 7. River's a Jack, and Rocky Mauve's been eliminated from our feature table. Peter Jetton, our 3rd place finisher in the main event, is going to chip up.
I just thought I saw something.
And we'll be seeing Rahimov re-enter here. He final tabled the opening short deck event. He's a talented short deck player.
Big hand.
It's a pretty friendly guy. Talked to him a few times and just seems so cheery. Alright, so I have this idea, and it's like a light bulb aha moment. I want to know what you think of this game, okay? How about short deck pot limit Omaha? Is that a thing? Is that possible?
I don't know. I don't think there are enough cards, Randy.
There's not enough cards.
You'd only be able to play, I think, 4-handed.
I'm gonna go ask Paul Flaw if he can do a short deck pot limit Omaha game. I think he'll enlighten. I think he'll like the idea. So, wow, Randy.
I don't know.
It's a very interesting idea.
You know what game I want to see more of that I think is a really cool form of poker, just a pure form of poker, is no limit deuce to 7 single draw. Have you ever played that game?
They run that at the World Series, right? Like
they do.
Yeah, I hear people always say it's the purest form of poker. Is the description it usually gets.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool game. There are lots of opportunities for overbets, and
yeah, it's actually a game. It's probably better in live too, live poker, because you can use like physical tells are actually much more important, I imagine, because you can't see your opponent's cards. You have no community cards. Yeah, I'm really bad at that game.
Oh, you've played?
I've played it like low stakes, and I couldn't win. I didn't know what was going on. I kept on trying to make a big hand with pocket aces. Yeah, it was a tough game. But I do think it's a very sophisticated game. And I suspect it's also a game where like no one really knows the optimal strategy. It's my read on it.
It's actually a little bit easier to figure out than a lot of games because there's only one draw. So combinatorically there are like less options that could take place. So it's actually, I think, one of the easier games to solve. What makes it a little more difficult than other games such as deuce to 7 triple draw is the fact that there are infinite number of bet sizing. So the difficult thing to solve for is just like, when do you bet half pot, when do you bet pot, when do you 3x overbet.
Look at this. Paul Flaw is raising with
the ace of spades.
He has 0% equity. Shanghai Wang is probably going to get bluff out his pot because the jack makes a straight.
Yeah, I can't imagine Shanghai is going to think that his 6 is good here. And
this would be a sick call.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make the call.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but he's got some intuition because he did not snap fold. No, he's going to let it go. What a nice bluff with ace 9. There was a There's 3 players in that pot.
Yeah, very nice hand by Paul Foy. He just read that nobody had a jack. He did have the ace of spades as well, which helps a little bit, and he takes it down.
I could have raised pre-flop too. Very good hand. I just thought you might be
So 4
trapped.
players at this table.
I have the ace of spades.
Ooh. I see.
啲 short stack 好大啊，3萬6萬，200萬，你下下要賭喎，一下係咪？咁我都係 favorite 咯。
Every time I try a multi-way bluff in this game, I just get called and then raised, and I'm like, oh yeah, you just don't do that. These people just have hands all the time.
So we got 4 hands going to the flop here. If you're not familiar with short deck, what it is it's a 36 card deck. You take the deuces through 5s out of the deck and you just play with what's rest. So the other rule changes are, because it's so much more difficult to make a flush in this game, and the reason it's more difficult is because there are only 8 cards of each suit, and you need 5 of them in order to make a flush. So that becomes a lot more difficult than it is in No Limit Hold'em. So because it's more difficult to make a flush actually beats a full house in this game. Also, an ace counts as a 5 for the bottom end of a straight. So a wheel in this game is actually ace 6, 7, 8, 9.
So this pot's
Ace 10.
pair of 10s is good. Jetton probably doesn't even expect that to happen.
Yeah, and the final consideration about this game, if you're trying to get some friends together and play it, is that the blinds and antes are actually quite a bit different than in No Limit Hold'em. The way that I think about it is every single position is the small blind, but the button is the big blind.
Yeah, it's a good way to explain it.
And as a result of that, you see a lot more multi-way pots. You see a lot more completing because you're getting a really good price to come into the pot.
I know one guy for sure will play. Arrive in the morning. It's the Pang. Pang. Chairman don't know. He arrived noon. Probably he'll play. Yeah, I think.
It's a pretty fun gamble spot to jump into the tournament with the high antes.
It's 50K. I bought in mine. Rolled up.
The actions on Paul Foy,
Yeah, it's pretty
ace
fun.
queen.
Yeah, I
Jetton's
think
got
we're gonna
ace king.
see. Yeah, I
Should
think
be
we're gonna
a-
see Foy raise here, but it's gonna be bad news for Foy because Jetton has a hand he's certainly not folding.
Makes it 50,000. Do you 3-bet or do you just jam face king?
Yeah, if I'm Jetton, I'm gonna 3-bet here just in case
Someone's
Kuhn or Wong comes back over the top. I'm not comfortable getting in infinite
Yeah,
antes here with ace king.
Then go.
be about 130 buttons, so even more antes. He's going to 3-bet to about 200,000. Going to kick out Kuhn in Shanghai. So Paul Foy here of ace queen. It's actually in a pretty tough spot. No one really has 3-bet bluffed. So maybe he can actually get away from ace queen. You know, he's not so short where he's committed. So he's deep in the tank right now.
Very close.
So he's gonna let it go of ace queen. Very nice fold.
60-40.
Has anybody been punishing Jason with these things?
No.
Oh yeah.
He's winning every hand. No?
Man, I'm just sitting here being.
Well, Alan, you're here. You're in position.
Yeah.
Looks like you have a big stack.
He's got the stack to do the punishing, though. The
Yeah.
one where he just rips it in your eye over and over again.
So Alan Sass is at our table. I believe he's re-entered,
Oh, I thought you were
so he's
bringing it
in
down
for
over.
100,000. Putting another million Hong Kong into this tournament. Might be on his second or third bullet. Or re-entry.
Okay.
So friendly little pot here. 40,000 in the middle. And set of sevens gonna be the best hand. Whenever there's straight draws out there, I feel like you should just always fast play your sets. It usually won't be the wrong strategy. So I like to see I think I would like them to see him bet a little bit bigger actually. Like 30, 35,000.
Yeah, bet sizing in general in short deck should be bigger because equities run closer. I agree with you about fast playing sets. The only time you really have bad equity in this game is if you have set over set. So, you know, if you meet a lot of resistance when you have a set in this game, then you need to be a little nervous. And it's kind of tough because people can basically play straight draws, up and down straight draws really fast because even against a set, you're 50-50 with a straight draw. So it puts you in a tough spot if you bet bottom set, for example, and get a lot of resistance because sometimes you're going to be flipping and other times you're going to be drawing
You're ordering
very,
whiskey?
very slim.
I need a whiskey. Yeah.
Of course, it's very difficult for people to flop sets.
Yeah, I haven't seen that many sets in this game actually. I thought I would see more because you are more likely to flop a set in this game.
Sure.
It's like, I think it's like 18% to flop a set is what I read. Instead of normally like 12.
He doesn't have. I have.
Oh, sorry.
That's my guy here.
Just order something less.
That's Darren. Darren.
Oh, no, he said the count's 25.
No, let's just have him count. If it's here.
If it's here, I'll drink it.
We were drinking last night.
Okay, sounds great.
Sass with one of the worst hands in short deck.
Almost
go.
the worst hand. Jack 6 being the worst hand.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you, Sal.
Thank you, Paul.
888.
Yeah.
Both players have nothing. Pre-flop raiser is gonna usually win this pot.
I saw 688.
So Paul Foy here. He's gonna throw out 25,000. He's gotta muck the Queen Jack.
I
Dominate you.
think I would have floated with the Queen Jack there.
Backdoor
He
straight
bet
flop.
so small, 25,000 into 90,000.
Kind of spade.
And I
mean,
believe Paul was out of position in this hand. So you're saying that as long as he's unpaired, you're gonna win?
Yeah.
What's that?
As long as Paul Foy is unpaired,
Right.
it's like,
Well, I don't even need to win the pot. Like, I'm calling 25 into 90,000, you know?
Yep.
I have a chance to turn a jack or queen.
Yeah. If they could throw grenades at you.
If you had to pay an Ante chip that went off the table, how much would Alan be doing that? Just blind himself out rabbit hunting.
so Jason Kuhn with King Jack suited, he's actually gonna raise it up.
Maybe 80.
Okay,
So Sass is all in with Ace King for 85,000. Gets called by Jason Kuhn. King Jack suited.
Oh, classic.
I think the Queen of Spades is going to be on the flop.
I might have folded that card.
Not looking too good right now.
Me. 7. 85?
80.
Pay the man his money.
I'll drink to that. To see whether he bluffed me or not just now. So suspicious. Only king jack.
I folded a king that hand.
Oh. So big, isn't it?
I know. That was a weird hand.
He just caught my wrist.
I think he had it.
I'm pretty curious.
Talking about the hand of Rocky Mob, I believe.
Just gotta play faster. I love that guy. He's super nice. But
Oh, he's so slow.
yeah, you gotta play faster. That's
I mean,
bad.
certain hands when you're big thing, okay.
Yeah, for
Pretty
sure.
flop.
Yeah, you can't.
Not so much to think about.
Fur cat.
Yeah, he plays so slow, man. Such a nice guy, but woo.
Yeah, let's go with
So they're saying
Here we got the shot clock short deck.
Yes.
shot clock short deck would be great.
We're calling him Slow Cat.
Okay.
Slow cat.
We don't need a shot clock, just the fur cat clock.
No. Shot clock short deck would be so awesome.
I think it would play slower, I guarantee it.
It would play slower?
It would have to, because we play so fast.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know how your tables are playing today, because we haven't played together.
we've been playing super
But we've been playing very fast. If there's a shot clock, I guarantee it'd be slower.
So Jason Kuhn betting his set, but Paul Faw's got a straight.
Okay, call.
Should be easy call.
Set.
Set no good.
So Paul Faw is
I
gonna
just don't think it could
chip up a little bit.
Be faster, I guess, is my
I just want
argument.
to punish people. Like, I want to go super fast, like every action.
Yeah.
Make it like 15 seconds. Like,
15 is pretty intense, but I mean,
that's so much fun.
60 seconds pre is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Too long?
Oh, yeah, that was, he was taking way too long.
Okay.
He balanced it every street like this.
Yeah.
So Kuhn calls with pocket aces. Shanghai Wong with King Jack of clubs.
45?
It's gonna call as well, and
Sorry.
oh, actually,
Wow.
Shanghai Wong didn't make an action yet, so he knows Paul Faw will raise. And actually, Shanghai Wong raises, and Paul Faw folds. Interesting dynamic. Very weird situation. And Jen's going to call him along with 10-9 offsuit. And Jason Kuhn here in the dream scenario of pocket aces. You limp under the gun to re-raise it. He's got to make it really big because Shanghai Wong's got 1.2 million behind. How much you make it like? Yeah, this is huge because
Oh my gosh,
450,000.
it's massive.
He's basically telling everyone he's got pocket aces. But I guess it's okay because he's going to get outplayed post-flop a decent amount.
Yeah, I would have made it a little bit smaller than that.
Yeah, it is a little bit large. So 4 more hands tonight.
The idea, though, is to give Peter Jetton here on the button a price where he
just
can't profitably peel.
I just got a full 10-9 here.
I feel bad about that one. Let me get,
I don't. I'm
let me get
glad
a
I
flop.
made you guys
Let me get a
fold.
flop.
Yeah, he made it really big because Shanghai Wong had like 1.3 million.
Whenever
Well, and because he didn't want to give Jetton a good price to call
Because then
on the button.
yeah, that's
True.
Peter Jetton there against pocket aces had still had 36% equity. So That big sizing actually makes a whole lot of sense.
Just, you know, I have a hand, see a flop in position.
I have absolutely no idea how to play 400 antes deep multi-way, but I'm totally cool just taking that.
So Alan Sass is going to shove his 9-8 suited under the gun.
Smaller through there. At aces. I'm sure the right plays is smaller.
I should have called it.
Yeah, the 10-9 suited.
Wow, Shanghai Wong lets go of the Jack-10 suited. I'm surprised by that.
Actually would have been in great shape. He does have a lot of people behind him to act.
I don't think you can call 450,000 free. Fucking 3-bet the 90 antes.
It's probably not that fun for you to play a flop, though.
I mean, I'm just all in a bunch.
How much was it?
So Jetting with Queen Jack offsuit. Lets his hand go. Sass wins that pot.
Just hoping they're cool with somebody king suited or kings, just like we were talking about. I'm so glad I didn't make it 300K and let you
No, I definitely was calling
definitely
300.
feel 300. I'm so glad. Nope. I'm so glad I didn't.
I don't think I'm folding any hands if you do that. Whatever I've decided to put in the 65 with.
On you, Paul.
That's right.
So we're playing about 3 or 4 more hands, I believe,
So tempting
before the
to
day ends.
play really deep in position.
Yeah.
195 behind.
Once again, guys, 3-2.
Paul calls her of ace-10, and Peter Jetton's been waking up with ace-king a lot.
Peter Jetton, who just took 3rd place in the main event,
Cash for about $1 million USD or more.
is looking to make a deep run here in this 1 million Hong Kong dollar buy-in short deck event. Peter Jetton was well known for his online tournament success. His online screen name was Apathy. Nothing to be apathetic about on that flop as he flops trips.
So Jason Kuhn only has 5% chance to win this pot. It's gonna fire. It's a very small bet.
Super small bet.
Trying to induce Jason Kuhn to float with high cards.
Yeah, if I were Kuhn here, I probably would float.
This hand. Let Gabe win this pot from you.
He's not folding for 30.
No shot, not with my hand. No way. Backdoor straight flush.
Goodness.
Ace A6.
I'm supposed to. Felt kind of dirty. Jack
30K.
spades right there.
Don't do it. Don't just fold. Don't do it.
Hold it.
Not the last hand of the night. I'm making you
Is
lose
that the
it.
last hand of the night? Last two hands.
2 more hands.
I won't do it to you.
Don't do that.
me up.
Paul Fall's gonna limp under the gun.
So there's one more after this. I get one more chance to get aces for the 12th time.
Flop is King Jack 6 2 diamonds. Paul Fall bets is open in a straight draw. Sass with top pair, bad kicker. Tricky spot. He's actually gonna shove all in. Guess he thinks that Paul Fall has too many straight draws. Be in bad shape if it was up against King Queen type hand, so.
Yeah, it's a nice read there by Sass, and I'm not sure what Hua is waiting for here. He is up and down.
He's actually ahead right now with
Yeah,
52%.
he has good equity against anything.
So he makes the call. And they're flipping. Any 9 or ace, 52% chance to hit your straight draw in this game. There's the straight. And this hand is over.
Sorry,
Lost like every. Yeah.
Are we done?
No, one more hand. One more hand.
One more hand. Alan Sass using one of his bullets for another 100,000.
So we're gonna go have a cocktail somewhere, or is that
Sir?
is that off?
There's no way that's right.
Is that not right? I gave you 2 boosts. Okay, sure.
Take all the boosts. I don't need that.
Peter Jetton asking when they're going to start drinking. After a long day of poker for him, battling his way through the final table of the main event, and now building up a stack in this event. He's ready for a nightcap before cards are back in the air tomorrow.
One more hand. One more all in.
I'm out. Oh, that makes sense, right?
So Paul Fall will be the final dealer button of today. Sass shoves under the gun with Queen 8 of diamonds. Shanghai Wong's got ace jack. He snap calls. And Alan Sass is all in again. Queen 8 of diamonds against ace jack of Shanghai Wong. The very final hand of today.
Small.
Flops a queen, but Shanghai Wong has an ace in the middle. Turn is a king. He needs to hit a queen or an 8. 18% chance. River's a 10. Shanghai Wong makes a straight.
It's like a bullet.
You might be able to.
Bad last couple of hands for Sass there.
Again, let him in. Let him bag chips.
I just threw it. Sorry. Thank you.
Good dog.
So that is the end of the day.
It's just too sad with like 4 chips.
Shanghai Wong beats Alan Sass, and Alan Sass is already on his last bullet for today.
Shanghai Wong is the guy you picked to win this thing.
And your guy is going to enter tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. It'd be a bad pick if he doesn't enter. So broadcasts will actually resume a little bit later tomorrow, 5:40 p.m. CET +1. It's been great broadcasting with you today, Kane.
You as well, Randy.
So remember, tune in tomorrow. Follow us on Twitter. Follow the Triton Poker Twitter account. It will start on time. Day 2 will finish off this huge prize pool. First, likely to be over 2.5 million USD. You can watch this guy's bag and tag in case you've never made it day 2. This is from the Maestro Resort and Casino in Montenegro. Wrapping up shortly.
Gabe, you are the 3rd or 4th poker player that I've seen wear green in the last few days. Is this the new color of the season?
I don't know. It just makes me feel kind of funky and nothing big or anything.
You didn't think about it? Like Dietrich said, the only thing he thinks about when he wakes up is what he's going to wear.
Oh, wow. No, I'm not like that. That's the last thing I think about when I have to leave my hotel room is what I got to put on before I leave. So,
how's it going today?
It's a lot of fun. Except at the very beginning, we played I played lots of pots for the Chipley that I didn't win early. But it's short deck, so I can't complain. It's a lot of fun.
Are you happy with the way you're playing?
Yeah, I think I made some kind of dumb small bluffs, but I made some real big, crazy bluffs that work. So it feels like victory so far.
This game is so fast. I mean, things are just moving really fast. Players are coming in and out. How are you adjusting to it? Are you enjoying it more than full deck?
No doubt. It's so awesome. This tournament's gonna be bigger than the full deck main event, and it's the chaos kind of just it kind of reinforces the fact that everyone has a chance. Everyone can run it up because people are coming and going every other hand. So I've been saying this all week. It's the most fun, and I'm having so much fun. I can't wait for the next tournament already. Even though this one's not finished yet, it's still just makes me feel good playing.
Are we going to expect more bluffs from you tomorrow?
I can't wait to bluff everyone. Hopefully I can do it on stream so I can show the world me bluffing all my friends.
Awesome. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks.